Are you an RS2 noob? Well, I'm glad you're here because I'm going to tell you how not to be a noob. I know, it's tough. This game is like a culture shock for the FPS fans of the modern day because, like, we're all used to COD and Battlefield, running and gunning. And then you run into RS2 and you're like, wow, a Vietnam-esque game. All the guns that I've seen in previous COD titles. I'm very excited. Let's play. And you get your shit kicked in. I mean, kicked in so bad you'll be tasting shit for a couple weeks. And you don't know what to do and you want to quit, right? You want to just quit the game and say, screw it, I wasted this $20 that I spent. But fear thee not. You've stepped into the right place. There are a lot of things about this game that are very unique and different to other FPSs. It's a very slow-paced yet fast-paced game. And that's such a bad way to say things. So let me just give you a brief overview of what to expect from Rising Storm 2, how the game modes work, and how to do well or have marginal success. Now, I could have structured this video probably better, but I wanted to do a post-commentary over this game because we held this B-site rather well. So, RS2, when you spawn in, there are squad leaders and a commander on each team. The commander controls the battlefield. If you're a noob, stay away from this. And if you're also a noob, stay away from the squad lead position at all costs. What the commander does is uses a radio in the back of the map and judges if he should call in artillery, if he should ambush spawn, if he should spawn people up fast, or call in AA, or call in a spooky gunship, for example. And each commander is different. The American commander gets more offensive weaponry, and the defensive commander on the Vietnamese gets more defensive weaponry, like SAMs and ambush spawns. So I would steer clear of that if you're a new player. Now, squad leader's job is to give their team better spawns on the battlefield, along with helping the commander figure out where to call in ordnance. So if you're a squad leader, you should also not be a squad leader if you're a noob. The best thing I suggest to do is join a squad that's pretty full, and hopefully the squad leader is doing his job. Now, for some reason, if you do end up in the squad lead position and you don't know what to do, if you're on the Vietnamese, you need to build a tunnel so people can spawn on the tunnel. And if you're the American squad lead, you need to stay alive because people can active spawn on you if you're out of combat and alive. And that's basically the job that you do. You scroll wheel down to your binos, you go into the binoculars like you're aiming, and then you left click on areas that you want to designate as possible targets for the commander. That's it for squad leaders. Now, when you're playing as the infantry on the ground and you're in a squad, don't rush objectives that don't need it. If you're the Vietnamese, you need to defend your objectives. If you're the Americans, you need to attack the objectives. But attacking with teammates is a lot better than attacking by yourself. You will find yourself in a very early grave if you run out alone and try to, Rambo this stuff. So if you're a new player, play your role. Now, a role is something you get to choose. There are multiple different roles. You could be a machine gunner. You can be an explosive man with up-close weaponry. You could be a sniper. You could be a grenadier or an RPG man. And each role is played differently. So my strongest advice to you, if you are a new player, is play your role to its advantage. Now, every role has different advantages, and more advanced tactics should be set about each role. And maybe in the future, I'll be doing videos on certain classes. For example, a sniper doesn't have to push the objective. I know that you may think, well, if he's on the American team, he should push the objective. No, that's not the sniper's job. The sniper's job is to take out key enemy figures, which is very odd, but the sniper needs to kill the commander or the squad leaders who have positions on them, or RPG men, or important people, and hold choke points and knock people off that are causing a lot of trouble for your team. While somebody with a grease gun is going to be the guy spearheading the objective because he has a close range submachine gun that shoots fast and drops people like flies. And each class is pretty self-explanatory in the general sense. If you're a machine gunner, you want to post up somewhere where there are going to be a lot of enemies running at you and kill them fast. When you're attacking the point, there's tickets in this game, so you need to make sure your tickets aren't bleeding out too fast and you don't lose as many tickets. Checking the tickets by pressing T is a major key in this game, and if you're new, press T, you'll learn where the objectives are, you'll learn where most of your team is, and you'll learn how many tickets you have left and if you have to play sparingly or not. Okay, and that's basically the game generalized. There's nothing much more to say. It's realistic in terms of damage. You get hit with a Mosin Nagant, you're generally going to die. If you get hit with an M16, you're generally going to die. You get hit with any gun, you're generally going to die. If you don't die for some odd chance, holding F will help you live because you will bandage yourself and not die as fast. So if there's anything I missed for the newbies, comment down below. I think I hit all the general points of what you should note in this game. But the video is not over yet. I figured we'd talk a little bit about this B hold and us trying to hold B, and if you're a new player, just stick around and watch some decent gameplay. Now, I'm not a veteran either. I want to make this noted. I've played a lot of RO2 and RS2. I played a little bit of Rising Storm 1, but other than those experiences, I haven't played a ton. But I have played this game since it was in CBT 2. So closed beta test 2. Back before choppers had sounds. You know, this was about a year ago. It's been quite some time. So I love the game. I've stuck with it for a while, and I do have a lot of hours into it. I think I have like 100 hours in it. And you know, I think I know what I'm talking about a little bit. But there are the RS2 veteran or the RO's veterans that will tell you otherwise. Now, as a new player, you will encounter the people who are veterans in this game and in this genre. And this is no offense to the people who are veterans, but they come off a little toxic at times. If you don't do what they say necessarily, you will get attacked verbally. I've been on the end of it. And what I want to tell you as a new player is don't let this discourage you. Just because a player base can be very hardcore, that doesn't mean they don't want new players. Maybe they think they don't want new players, but they do. They want the game to be popular because they want servers to join and whatnot. So if you run into a guy who's very operator, he's operator as fuck, and he's yelling at you, maybe just switch teams or try to stay clear of that guy so you don't attack him. There is always going to be somebody in this game who's they have distaste in what you do. And that's for every game, but I've noticed the veterans in the Rising Storm, Tripwire games and whatnot are very hardcore when it comes to being a noob. They'll fuck you up. And maybe not so much in-game, but I've noticed it in the comment section. If I do something wrong, like I'll have a couple people really harping on me about it. So I just want to let you guys know that if you are a new player to this game and the player base is kind of toxic at first, it gets better. Just kind of learn what you're doing. If somebody tries to kick you out of like a commander role and you're new and you don't know what you're doing, just leave the role. Don't do that. Don't join the commander role and whatnot. It's really, really annoying to us who know what we're doing when people are taking the roles and they aren't helping the team and whatnot. And yeah, I'm getting spawn camped because of this tunnel placement right here, but I don't want to spawn. I'm too stubborn to spawn in the back, the real spawn. So yeah. Now, the way the game mode works, I think I talked about that a little bit, is just you push and pull. The first objectives generally can't be recapped. So on this map, there's an A objective that's first, where the Vietnamese have to defend and the Americans have to attack. You can't recap that once that's decapped. But here at B and C, when the next two objectives, if the American team caps one of them and they don't cap both, you can go back in and cap it as the Vietnamese. So that's what we've done here. We've been doing kind of a seesaw game back and forth over B, capping and decapping. You see I've been getting massacred, but I will have a little bit of decent luck here shortly, and the rest of the game goes on. We do end up winning, which is good. I don't think we got back to the textile. I think we lost, or we won at D and E, which is the two objectives behind us. So that's basically it. That's all I have to say to the new players. I mean, I could have made this video a little differently, I think, but I think it was something that's important and that needed to be said. So just in case you are new, just have fun. I want you to enjoy the game. I want this game to be very popular. I want a lot of people to try it out and whatnot. I really love the work that went into it. There are, of course, the people who, you know, are the RO2 fans, and they're saying, well, it's just a reskin RO2 in Vietnam. I don't know why people play it, but I think it's more than that. They add helicopters, it's a different time zone, the maps are beautiful, the game looks great, and it's just overall super fun to play. So I'm really happy about it. I'm going to go back and play RO2 probably this week at some point, and possibly be making videos on that. I'm also working on squad content because my last squad video did bonkers and people absolutely love the shit out of it. So thank you guys for the current support on the channel. I appreciate you greatly. I'm glad this game is doing well on my channel and you guys love it so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the next topic for one of these post commentaries should be, and I'll do my best to do it. Do my best to do it. Sounds about right. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Return to the combat area.